Hey all, J-Man here. I just wanted to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires. Welcome to the first of the Fearless Friday streams. Or you could say it's Miller time, whatever you want. We're going to be talking about Frank Miller's Daredevil. I've got a couple of these issues. I don't have the first Elektra, but I've got some of the other ones, which I will show when we get to those issues. I've been looking forward to this. I'm a pretty big Daredevil fan. I am the Wrench Without Fear on Clobby's channel. So I think that's where we first started talking about Daredevil. I've wanted to do something. I don't own a lot of Daredevil physical comic books. I got onto Daredevil way late in the game, but in my university days, and I started playing as Daredevil in the Marvel role-playing game. And I thought, let me get some of these Daredevils. And at that time, I was just like getting other things, so it just never came up as a collection to start. And then once Comixology started, I started grabbing everything in digital. So I actually own every digital comic with Daredevil in it, I think, like ever. So in terms of physical books, I've got I've got my Daredevil stuff right there. So I've got some books. Got the first appearance of Stiltman right there. That's one of my few graded comics. I only have 3 graded comics. But I do have omnibuses. So when I mean physical comics, I'm talking about the actual comics, not collected editions or trades or anything like that. I do have the Frank Miller omnibus, the big fat one. So that's that. All right. So let's before we get going, let me shout out our channel members. So we've got Dan, who signed up right away. Thank you, Dan. You're awesome. Sean, of course, who's waiting backstage, and Clobby, who's of course backstage. And Steven, who you've seen, if you missed our epic stream yesterday, Steve, man, I'm getting comments on Steven's Civil War rant. He did not like Captain America Civil War, and there are some people who are commenting after the fact, agreeing with them. So there you go. And after he made his rant, he did make a lot of good points. So thanks to Steve. Brennan, of course, has been on a couple of times. And then Joe Dog, who we see in the chat all the time. And Classic Comics, of course, who's in the chat, and I've gone on his channel a few times as well. And Picasso, who's been in the chat a lot of times as well. So thank you to all the channel members. If you do want to sign up, you can do so. There is only one tier, it's a Legionnaire tier. That's it. One of my members every month will win something from beardedshirts.com. And at the time of the drawing, I didn't have as many members. So Steven actually won the draw almost because I really didn't want to give it to Sean or Clobby or myself even or whatever. Like, well, I'm not involved in it. And Sean and Clobby have gotten a lot from Bearded Shirts. So it was basically a coin toss between 2 people. So that was it. But then we'll do proper draws coming up and in the next month and all that stuff. So there you go. This Monday, I'm going to be on Clobberin Times talking about Earth B. So we're going to do an Earth B episode on Monday on Clobby's channel. I'm super looking forward to that. But on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing Dazzler, the first 4 issues. And why Dazzler? Because A, I love Dazzler, but also B, Dazzler was the first comic I ever finished, first collection I ever finished. I don't know why. I just got hardcore into Dazzler and just finished the entire run. So we're going to talk about that first 4 issues. So there you go. All right, let's bring in our people. Let's talk to the chat a bit, and then we're going to get going because there's a lot of cool stuff. They're bangers right away. Frank Miller comes in. He's the artist. We're going to get the credits. Clobby will give us the credits, but they're already bangers. So let's get going and bring in our first panelist.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in Fancy.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
We'll check my pants here. Reasonably fancy. Okay.
Reasonably fancy? Okay, good. I'm trying to find a good background. So anyone in the chat or anything like that, if you can find a good, it's got to be 1270 by 720 for a background. I grabbed this image because this was a bit of a controversial image. This is for the new Daredevil comic. It's not for the ones we're reviewing, but Frank came back and did a cover for it. I actually bought this cover. A lot of people did not like this cover, or they thought it was a bit lazy or whatever. Right. But hey, what can you do? It's the only thing I could find. I've been searching last few days for something good. I was hoping for like that, when he does his radar sense and they draw it and it's kind of those like circles. It's like almost like the Doppler kind of effect, like that kind of a thing. I was looking for something like that for the background. Right. Kind of like that, yeah. But it's got to fit. If the image is too small, it becomes really crappy looking when you make it a background. If it's larger, I can scale it down. But if it's too small, then it just doesn't fit properly. So let's say hello. FK was here right away about time. I think we started pretty good time on this one. Pat S, thank you so much.
Got
some Slimmy likes those all over shirts. Yes. We do like the all over. I don't know. Look, Beard Shirts has a lot of great shirts, but as soon as they start doing this all over print, I kind of abandoned everything but that.
Yeah,
it's tough, amazing.
They're so clear. But I also got like a blanket or something that I didn't even order this. Eddie just sent me a Dazzler. I don't know if it's a blanket or something. I don't know. I'm like, What the heck? It's a huge blanket. Huge. It's a huge thing. Yeah, it's cloth.
Nice.
So you're blinded. It's like a throw.
The X-Men.
The first appearance Dazzler X-Men. Yeah, the X-Men.
A blanket. No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Joe Dog channel member. What is going on, man? Defenders. Yes, we love it. You changed back to Defenders. I like that.
Hey. Joe Dog.
So Joe Dog was on last night with us. That was a lot of fun. And then of course we have Gwagnar. Yes. Hello. How's it going on? And channel member, Classic Comics, cue the ABBA music. Yes, I do know some ABBA songs. Backstage, we were catching up on Reacher. So Reacher is just on fire. Hey, Cliff, what's going on? Yes, it's glad it worked for him. Yeah, we're catching up on Reacher, and it's been stellar. We're going to be doing. I'm sure I'm going to get my buddy Owen to do a stream on the 2 seasons of Reacher when it's completed. Cool. It's going to couple weeks. It's just been amazing. I ordered the first book, so I'll go through that. I'll probably pick up the book that this is based on because it's on Walmart for cheap right now. And I ordered season 1 on Blu-ray. And I'm going to revisit the Tom Cruise films because I did enjoy the first movie. I never saw the second. Tom Cruise was miscast as this character, but the movie I thought was still okay, the first movie. So I'd like to revisit it just to see. This guy though is on fire in this show. He's bloody
Cruise
awesome.
Miscast and everything to me. So.
Yeah, you're. Are you a Tom Cruise hater?
Hater, big.
Oh no,
no, I'm the Tom Cruise hater.
Oh man, I really like Tom Cruise. I don't know. I think he's pretty good. I like so many of his movies.
To the point where, for example, you were to ask a question. Hey, Lovey, did you see? And let's say it's a Tom Cruise movie, right? You'd never have to ask that question once we knew each other for 10 minutes because then you go that if he's in it, I wouldn't watch it. I never watched it. So you never have the curiosity will never protect you. Go, I wonder, Clobby, have you ever seen, well, who's in it? Like if you said, again, whatever movie he's in, all I'd have to say is, who's in it? And you go, oh, yeah. That's how that always works out.
Well, what if it was Christina Hendricks?
Then it would take us some time. No, if he's in it, that's out.
So you never saw A Few Good Men?
I saw parts of that. Is she in that?
Yes, he's the star. My God, I've watched that 400 times. I must have seen that.
I've seen like clips. No, I haven't seen it. She's in. She's not in that, is she?
No, I wouldn't lie to you, but okay. I was about to lie to you, and then I thought, I won't lie to you. Going in on the poll, yes, Dark Knight Returns. So I threw up a poll. I always throw up a poll. I didn't have anything planned ahead, so I just threw up a random one.
Yeah, I'm highly critical. One day we should review Dark Knight Returns because I don't like it much. I'm very critical of it. I like Batman Year One better, but it's a lot more things wrong with it as well. Born Again is my favorite thing he's ever done by far, Miller. But the one before Daredevil, before that was excellent. Great.
I like all the ones that we just mentioned. I do like Dark Knight Returns. Here's my Dark Knight Returns review is this. I really love Dark Knight Returns until everyone tells me it's the only Batman story. Then it pisses. The problem with Dark Knight Returns is not that it's bad. It's that everyone now thinks that's the only definitive Batman story that there ever was told, and everything we have to do has to reflect Dark Knight Returns.
It did take over a lot.
Yeah, it's too much influence. That's the problem.
Too much influence.
Actually, I hated it for its portrayal of Superman.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one too.
And then that fourth issue really just dropped the ball.
And
First couple issues actually are pretty good.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. We should do. Maybe we should do. I haven't read it in easily 10 years or something that. Easily, maybe 15 years.
Reading it on a way more than monthly because it took forever to come out. In 4 segments, waiting for one after the one would come out. That was an experience right there.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, I read it in trade paperback form when I was 14 or something.
Yeah, I didn't read it. I was not there for that to come out and get.
And I read it again when the movie came out, like the cartoon movie. Yeah, I mean, as an Elseworlds thing is interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's like, and that's what it just should be. But
it is. I never thought
they took the ideas and pluralized it to the regular DC universe.
Yes, I agree. That's why I wasn't pissed off at the Superman portrayal because I'm like, well, this is just Elseworlds, and then
it's not.
And then there's a debate.
It's
like, is it
cartoony,
Elseworlds?
though.
It's like
no. Portrayal. There's no nuance to it. It was just Superman's garbage and an idiot and a moron, just like everyone. Miller was very cartoony in this, but if he didn't like you, he just portrayed you as an idiot, not a character. Right. That's his writing was really asinine in that book, I thought.
Clobby, how about for Thursday night show you review Kolchak, the Night Stalker? Are you
cool? We're doing Blake 7 right now. Eventually, you never know.
Yeah, Blake 7. I always have Dave on.
There you go, buddy. Love it. I don't know if Raquel would want to watch that, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I'm gonna say no. She's not gonna watch that. Well, maybe she would. I don't know.
Her hubby made her watch. With last night, she told us over the Gwen seen her since the holidays. Really made her watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Not 1, not 2.
Oh my!
She doesn't watch comic book movies, and I was like, "Why would you?"
That was weird.
I said, "How many times have I told you?" But it comes to a comic book movie, you talk to me before you watch one, and she knows. But I can't overrule a husband. Yeah, but still.
That is true. The husband does have the. Are you going to cover all the Daredevil appearances?
I like that movie. But no.
We're gonna just do this run right now. So 158 to 191 or something like that. I don't remember the exact.
The run is on the proper title. Yeah,
just the run on the proper title because the Fridays, like we've got a lot of stuff to do for Friday. Maybe we'll do Born Again just to do it.
I've done Born Again, but we should do it later at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the. Yeah, we'll do it
as one. We can do that as one big chunk if you want.
And we'll just do that as one just stream. Yeah. Frank's work on DD's pretty much best. Yep, there you go. Reacher's been absolutely delicious. Yes, yes. Oh, Cliff is with you. He doesn't like Tom Cruise. What's going on with this
Cliff.
TC hate? What's with this TC hate? Like, come on.
DC hate where?
Cruise, TC. T is in Tom, C is in Cruise.
Oh, they said D. I'm glad I'm not alone. That's all.
Sorry, my cough is not going away. This happened a few years ago where I had like a 3-month cough, and it's just like.
Oh, by the way, after the show, I wrote it down. I didn't tell you. So after the show, remind me I need Raquel needs your help. Either one of you. And so I wrote it down and then forgot to tell you anyway. So if you
tell me.
Remember, I got it right in front of my. I'm a sticky note here, which I'm probably going to forget anyway. But go ahead.
Yep, I agree with this. Panis was Wolverine Japan. What a run! Yeah, that is true. Yep. Year 1 is different. Yeah, I mean, I like year 1, but
yeah, I do it. But there were some things he did that. So I do like it.
Yeah, I never read Ronin. That's one that I never got onto.
Well, that was I didn't sell a lot of those, and I was looking forward to it, but I was cautiously optimistic about it and did not really care for
Weren't
it.
into
I
it?
definitely think you should read it. It's just an interesting to read, though. But at the time, he was so big from his Daredevil fame and his Wolverine miniseries fame,
Yeah.
which was out around the same time. Like,
Right.
Yeah, The Dark Knight Strikes Again is a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The second one was the worst thing ever. The second one, Triumphant, was the worst comic ever made. One of the worst comics ever made.
It's so
Was that,
strange.
I don't think that was that the second one? No, Strikes
Like
Back.
Yeah, Strikes Again is the
that-
second one. And the third
that
one
is
is Master
was
Race.
Triumphant.
No, I never heard of that.
One was the second one in the late 90s, is the one that was horrible. There was actually Miller, by the way. That last one wasn't Miller.
Yeah, Strikes Again is part 2.
Part
and
2, yeah.
Master Race is 3.
It's part 3, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough. Strikes Again is the worst, maybe one of the worst comics ever made.
Well, it's definitely a bad comic. But I don't know if it's one of the worst ever made, but it's pretty awful.
Up there with Ruins and.
Was it some sort of protest on his part, or did he really actually like it?
I don't know.
Because like Master Race is totally different, although he doesn't do the art in that one.
Oh, no, you're right. No, Classic Comics just won. Sorry. All-Star Batman is a dumpster shit fest.
Yes.
Agreed.
No, we all, sorry.
He didn't draw that one, but yeah,
No.
agreed. It was trash.
That was Jim Lee drawing it, right?
Yeah.
And I like Jim Lee's art and I like Frank Miller. And then they combined. This is that was the man. Okay, no, this is one of the worst comics I'm putting because you had
The hype
for
was
me,
high.
Frank Miller is pumped. Jim Lee is pumped. That seems like the friggin' dream team combo. And it's the worst piece of trash thing.
They showed
ever.
the Jim Lee designs beforehand. And I was like, oh, and that's what all they showed. It was
That's
just the
all
designs.
they showed.
And it's like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And it's like, what the
Yes,
hell?
that's what they did. That's why they
I
did
know.
that. They knew what they were doing. They're like, oh shit, this is gonna be badass. Yeah, here we go. Like, why is this so trash? And like Batman's a complete piece of crap in it.
I know.
He veils a
He's
total.
and so was Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
all
everyone.
All the other heroes are punk bitches, and Wonder Woman dominates them all. It's like,
Yeah,
God, what
no,
is wrong
it's
with
the-
you, man?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't read that far. I read the first. I literally read the first issue.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm done.
He beat the shit out of Alfred.
Yeah, like that's the dumbest comic ever. But
Cool.
All-Star Superman was bloody awesome.
Wonderful, yeah.
And I'm like, what happened here? You used
Yeah,
this
they're not
because I-
related in any way.
They're
They
not
just came out
related,
around
no.
the same time.
Yeah, it's just funny because like All-Star Superman was like 10 out of 10, and then All-Star
Yeah.
Batman is like 0. I would give that 0 out of 10.
It's-
Oh no. I like the art. So I'd give that like 1 out of 10.
I don't
That's
like
part
the
of it too.
art much.
That came after All Star Superman, no, and people like,
Around the same
if
time, yeah.
All Star Superman was cool.
True.
Yeah.
At least it didn't finish. That's a good thing.
That's true. Hey, could not be reached. What's going on? Is that what it is? I didn't know that.
I know that.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
But he wasn't that much of a scumbag in Dark Knight.
Yeah. All
There
right.
you go. Good. That's a good point, though. So,
All right. So let's go. Daredevil,
speaking
New
of
Metal.
Mr. Miller,
Here we go.
all right. Well, Frank Miller, folks, the guy that the great Neil Adams told had no talent. Told him he had no talent.
Oh,
Oh, Neil, we love you, buddy.
Love
but you
you,
effed
Adam.
when
up.
was that? When did you tell him that?
But when he tried to get a job working for Neil Adams,
Okay.
Oh no, Neil, buddy.
Neil was hiring a lot of. Neil had this group called the Krusty Bunkers in the studio. He had a lot of guys that would do farm out ink jobs and stuff. A lot of inked a lot of comics uncredited. I can't give you a year or anything, but when he was trying to break in, Neil, and before this comic, he'd gotten to do a few things for Marvel. He was doing a lot of covers. He's doing some things here and there. Just to give you guys a little context and background of this is 158. This is a good chunk before he takes over the writing chores. Roger McKenzie, who was a nice fellow that I've met, who told me some pretty interesting things about a certain editor-in-chief that I don't think we should talk about here.
Okay.
Yeah. And back when I met him way in 1985, when he was still very angry about certain things that happened at Marvel. I went back because this story we're going to start with is a story that is open-ended. the issues before this, and the book is bi-monthly, about to get on the verge of cancellation at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Edited by Al Milgram. They only gave him dead books because he was young yet, and he was an art designer and stuff. And no one, Marvel didn't care about this book. It'd been around 16-something years, and it was just kind of withering on the vine. With various artists, although Roger McKenzie had been writing it for some time at this point. And he said, by the way, Roger McKenzie's a nice fellow. Roger, I don't know where they latched on to Miller, who was doing some just stuff in here, and got so excited about him taking over the art. But if you look at this first issue, they were really excited about having him finishing a story that in the previous issue was done by the returning Daredevil great luminary, in fact, Gene Colan. In the previous issue, they've been dealing with this character for some time, this Deathstalker that we're about to talk about.
Yep.
In the previous issue, Daredevil was injured in the hospital, and the guy was about to come to kill him, and the Avengers showed up to save him, to help Daredevil out. So we get a cliffhanger at the end of 157. And it's funny, they were really excited about Frank. This is a bi-monthly book, but it said at the end of 157, in case I don't know if you guys looked at it.
I'm looking at it. We're just scrolling through while you're talking about it right now.
Okay. I'm looking at it. It says in the last page, next, Roger welcomes a new penciler to the book as Deathstalker. They don't usually do that. It's weird.
Yeah.
They never really did that much. A new penciler, because they were a dime a dozen at that point. So here you have now your opening credits are for 158, cover by Frank Miller and Joseph Rubinstein, that one of the great inkers around at that point. Writer Roger McKenzie, penciler of course Frank Miller, inker Klaus Janson, that's a crucial name because he really set the tone for Miller's pencils and Miller's finished art on the Daredevil series for forever. He's a big part of the whole Miller run. George Russo's legendary George Russo's on the covers. The colors, letters with Joe Rosen, and of course, again, this was a book edited by Al Milgram, and of course, it opens. Just to get us started off here, he dwells in eternal night, but the blackness is filled with sounds and scents other men cannot perceive. Though attorney Matt Murdock is blind, his other senses function with superhuman sharpness. His radar sense guides him over every obstacle. He stalks the streets by night, a red-garbed foe of evil. Stand Me presents Daredevil, the man without something. Oh, fear. That's it. The man without sight and fear. Yeah.
The man without sight.
Mark on it. Yeah.
But here's another thing to note about, in all seriousness, here's another thing to note about the opening splash page. Again, they don't usually make a big to-do about a new artist that much.
Yeah.
Here you have, from time to time, I'm not going to do voice, Stan, sorry. From time to time, a truly great new artist will explode upon the Marvel scene like a bombshell. Ramblin', Roger McKenzie, Kiki, Klaus Janson, woo, Joe Rosen, George Russo's amiable Al Milgram, Jim Troubleshooter, maker, confidently predict newcomer lanky Frank Miller is such an artist. Well, they weren't wrong, were they?
Yeah. So sorry, Clubby, what's the Marvel timeline then? Because he did an issue of Battlestar Galactica in like 1979. And then he just sort of
he did a lot of covers too. Yeah.
Rambled around. Yeah. Okay.
In fact, not too long after he started on this series, I forgot exactly the timeline. You'll see it was advertised that he was taking over Doctor Strange because he become a hit, his art. And they thought, wow, let's get him on Doctor Strange. And those ads, because you can find those Doctor Strange ads, but they just never came to be. Wow. Which would have been interesting. But he was doing some work for Gold Key. Okay. He worked on some Twilight Zone comics, different things like that. Whichever job he could get. Yeah. He even did one DC comic. He did a Batman story in Superstar Holiday Special from 19, I want to say, was it 80 or whatever it was? So he did a Batman story before he did, Dark Knight.
I'll see if I have that. I have a lot of those holiday specials. So
yeah, it's called a Superstar. It was a Christmas spectacular with all new stories in it, including a Legion Christmas story.
Yeah,
Legion of Superheroes.
With
no one likes them.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
So this is a jumble. This kind of a mess for him to get started in the middle of somebody's story. But what are you going to do? It still had a distinct look to it.
It's gotta happen at some point, right? I guess it gotta be in there. And so last issue, the Unholy Three stormed the Lower East Side law offices.
A lot of covers, by the way. Yeah.
Long live the Legion. Yes, that is our main stream.
Long live the Legion. There you go. And here's Natasha turns up back in his life. As those who may or may not know, Black Widow once shared the Daredevil's title with him for about a couple of years, as you probably all know. And so they were an item, and he's like, these are all the Daredevil's chicks. He's got so much backup soap opera that Mackenzie has going on with this woman, Heather, who knows who he is. Foggy still doesn't know who he is, and neither does Foggy's girlfriend or the lady in the wheelchair. But, of course, Natasha does.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So she knows. So the Unholy Three attacked over here. Yeah. Foggy's taking a nap. Like, really? You're taking a nap when the women are in danger here?
I know.
Well, one of the guys knocked him out.
I know. I'm just throwing him under the bus. Just to...
Foggy.
I like Foggy. I like Foggy and Karen Page a lot more after I watched the Daredevil show, because I thought they were pretty useless in the comics. But like, yeah. I like them more from the TV appearances.
They were better. They were pretty good at Born Again, though. But I hear you. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So we got the Unholy Three here, and Natty's fighting off as best as she can. Gets grabbed here from behind and thrown down, and then they're like, "All right, that's it. We got to get the hell out of here." So they're jumping through. I do like now. Again, this has been. We don't have. I actually have the omnibus, but I don't have the original issues of this, so I don't know. Like, this looks like a scan of the omnibus.
Oh yeah, these are scans from trade paperbacks and or omnibus and things, something like that. Probably the trades, because I have the trades. I had the regular issues, of course, too, but they've done way before there were omnibuses. They did trades with the Miller run.
Yeah. So, but this looks like it's clean. That. Yeah, this has been digitally changed, right? So,
right. And of course, as you know, there are no ads in this.
There are no ads.
There's no ads.
We get scans with ads sometimes, but these are all from trade paperbacks. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. We don't know if it's been recolored.
Not. It's funny.
The previous issue wasn't.
Yeah, it's just a normal scan of a regular issue with ads and all that stuff.
Yeah, but we don't know if the colors have been changed or anything like that. Because we found all those problems on the Fourth World stream.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much.
I guess probably not as much back when they were just doing the straight trade paperbacks. Fiddling with them usually was for. Now, I told you before, back in the 90s, I probably told you before, my first couple of my Fantastic Four omnibus that did coming with Galactus, colors have been changed. So Masterworks omnibus, they screw with colors. Yeah. Trades and stuff, not so much, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
plus they're correcting stuff,
Yeah.
Do they give Galactus pants?
They took his no. They gave him pants and took his and gave him sleeves.
Yeah. What did they do? Did they make blue pants or purple pants? I guess they made blue pants.
They changed his colors a little bit too, but they gave him these. Okay, I'd have to pull it out now.
No, you'd have blue pants because his boots are purple, so the pants
right. It was
blue.
Whatever it was. They added. They changed the color of his outfit a little bit, and they gave him freaking pants and sleeves because I guess which is a shame. Why can't it's hot in New York that time of year? Galactus was just in his shorts.
Yeah, but it's not even like you don't even know why. Just because someone just doesn't like the bare arms and bare legs.
That's exactly.
I don't understand why that was even a problem.
They did that a lot in the Fourth World omnibus too. So
yes,
yeah.
Oh, Jack Neil Adams took one. I got the big old hardcover double book slipcase of his Green Lantern, Green Arrow, and he screwed around with his own art so much I wanted to throw it in the garbage. I still have it, but I was mad. It looks really weird.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
All right, so right away we're into. This is now your time where everything's pretty exciting. Like if you go by what I always call this banner here.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you see this like comics group banner, it's you got a good chance of it being pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
Nice cover. It's at this time all Marvel comics were soap operas. Daredevil. Yeah. I mean, he was just again Mackenzie been writing the book for a while. Editors like continuity was a big deal. So I mean, all of Daredevil's problems were inherited by Miller here.
Miller,
That's
yeah.
why. Yeah.
Then he got rid of some problems and added others, I guess.
He did. And I think actually, reading these again is interesting because right now we're in the Mackenzie stuff. He was nowhere near the writer Miller was.
It's going to be about 10 issues, maybe 9 or 10. I don't know
One
how
thing
many
you're going to
issues.
notice when it finally, quote unquote, I guess I'm sorry to use the word transition because you get made up now, but for lack of a better term, you're going to see a lot of thought balloon exposition crap that you see in standard comics. Always, folks, yes, writers became habitual with comic book writers of the day, but sometimes that wasn't always comic book writers. It was editors. Jim Shooter was notorious. Now, we love his Legion. We praise him as a kid. He was notorious. Writers will tell you at the time where he would they'd get their art back, and he would add a balloon with a character thinking about everything that's happening in the page. And sometimes writers go, well, you can just see that's happening. What do you to see? He'd say, because readers are stupid. They need things explained to them. And that's the way he did things in Marvel. Except, I don't know, for some reason, when you get to the Miller stuff, you're going to have, these books are going to be very quick to read because they're almost all visual. He does not use extraneous dialogue or thought balloons or exposition.
I don't like, to me, comic books are visual. Cinematic. And it's like, why you should not have.
But Miller pioneered that, though, in mainstream comics.
Yeah, no. And the thing is that you read, and modern comics are brutal now too. There's so much to read, and because my wife reads manga, and we're sitting next to each other reading our, respective things.
Right.
And she's like, she's got an app, and I'm reading it digitally, and she's like, foom, 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 foom. And it's like, oh, just finished 2 chapters. Like, what the hell's going on here? I'm like halfway done, and she looks at me, she's like, whoa, there's so much reading on yours. I'm like, I know, it's a modern comic.
But it's inconsequential.
Right.
Yeah,
it's inconsequential. That's the problem. It's just
before Miller. They were writing it like it was radio.
They really were.
Like, good point, Sean.
What's in it, and it's like
true.
It's sort of like that Superman cartoon they made for Filmation, where it's like you can just like listen to it and know what's going on, right?
Yeah, good point.
Even Jack wrote a lot. He was verbose. Yeah. Even though it was good, it was great. But he was Claremont's the worst of all time. And man, even though he did some good stuff, you know what I mean. I'm not saying he's the he and Roy Thomas. Oh my goodness. But so Mackenzie's from that school. You're going to see it in this when Miller takes over. He again, I'm not saying he's the first to ever do it in the medium of comic strips or books in mainstream comics in 1980-ish, whatever it was when he finally takes over. He pioneered that, bringing in the cinematic storytelling feel and just almost. I mean, I don't know if he had thought balloons, but he just didn't do it as much, and he eventually got rid of. There was they don't have thought balloons in comics anymore. I don't think that was
now they just have they have the exposition,
captioning, and even he doesn't even, and he rarely used captioning.
Yeah, and and then it's just like massive paragraph dialogue chunks. Like,
yes,
like literally, I don't want to beat up that Green Lantern issue, but I do want to beat up because I hated it. It's literally massive blocks of talking, and everyone is standing around. And I thought, really,
narration,
guys,
and
it's just talking, and it's like, what does this have to do with anything? Like. Exactly. This comic already, though, even like
it's exciting, at least
it's a story. Exciting because, like, okay, so there's some talking, that's fine. Like, I mean, you could probably eliminate most of this, but look, there's fighting. Like, you don't need any of this, right? But still, it's not that big. Fight. Okay, boom. So you see, he gets nailed.
Second, it's in the middle of a story, but that's okay.
It's okay. Jumps through. These guys take off with Matt. Leave their comrade there. And Black Widow's like, okay, gotta figure out what's going on. You got what's her face, Heather or whatever. She's like, oh, crying. Foggy, they're waking him up finally. She's ordering a pizza.
Heather knows who he is, by the way.
She knows who he is. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Pardon, sorry, but I thought my phone was off. Good.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so they've captured Matt. They're taking him to the big base here. And the cemetery, they tie him up to the cemetery. It's like, all right. It's like, I'm stalking. So it's like, he's like, stop your pacing. So it's like, so here comes Deathstalker. Not Deathstalker. Not Deathstalker, but we did say Deathstalker. So unfortunately, we are going to have to play this because we did say the word Deathstalker.
I'll have my revenge, and Deathstalker too.
No, sorry, we anytime that's a channel rule. If you say Deathstalker, you got to play that. All right, we are pro Deathstalker in this. Yes. This is a pro Deathstalker channel. All right, so Deathstalker, the other Deathstalker, shows up with these guys here. It's like, oh, there you go, bags. Yeah, there's your money. So he's paid the unholy. And now he's talking to Maddie, and then
turns out he was another guy. He was the exterminator, another lame ass villain.
We're also pro exterminator on this channel. I love it. I've got the Exterminator 2 poster. You can't see it; it's off the thing. If anyone ever wanted me to remake something or do something, I would do Exterminator. That would be my. And you're the hunter from the your would be my I would do your as a new thing, and I'd love to do anything your related, but Exterminator also is one of my favorites.
No,
okay,
you're the hunter from the future, not me. Couldn't remember.
You're the I'm the hunter from the future. So backstory, right?
Yes,
I love when villains are villains, and then something happens to them. Like it's like you're already a villain, and it's like I blame you. It's like I know, but you were a villain. Like if you weren't a villain, this wouldn't have happened. It's not
right.
I didn't do anything.
You made me. I made you. No, hey, no, you made me. No, you made me first. Yeah, I made you first, but then you had no idea you were making me first when you made me second or whatever. No.
Yeah, who made who? Who made you?
You made me.
Remember. You dropped me into that vat of chemicals. That wasn't easy to get over. Don't think I didn't try. Yeah. You killed my parents. I made you. You made me first. It's like, why is this happening right now?
Hey, Matt Brain. I was a kid when I killed your parents, which he shouldn't have because it sucks for Jack Napier to kill.
Yeah, that was dummy. That was poops. That was poop.
Yep.
But I still love that movie. So there you go.
All
right. Back in the morgue here, these guys are like, yeah, we got, I got our stuff. And he's like, wait a minute, turn around behind you. It's like the killer's right behind you. He's right behind you.
We're not going to fall for that old guy. It's going to stab us in the back trick.
It's like, look,
hey guys, it's been a pleasure. Die in your stupid costumes.
Die. Man, what an ass. Screw Deathstalker. What a piece of trash.
What a jerk, boy.
Matt Murdock warned them,
Yeah, but he's a jerk.
He did.
That's really shitty.
Yeah,
I don't like this Deathstalker guy. This guy sucks. It's like, all right. So now,
Deathstalker knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil.
All right.
Yes,
because he's like turning into Daredevil now in front of him.
Oh yeah, he knows. Yeah. No question about it. Now again, I went back a few issues through various artists and stuff, all Mackenzie, and this has been going along for a long, long time. He's been after him for a while. He's been in a few issues. I can't remember exactly how far back, but yeah, he's been popping up.
Okay.
Why wouldn't this be a season? Anyway.
Sean. I mean, we're like God. I don't know.
Like they skip ahead and stuff. Like guys, like what about this? Like I don't know what this new. Well, it's supposed to be Born Again, but it won't be.
Well, but they're changing it to. They're reshooting it now, right? So
because it sucked.
They kept having the Avengers in this in Daredevil for a lot. By the way, trying to sell it. I think.
Yeah.
Well, they could easily readapt this Deathstalker thing for the Netflix, or it's not Netflix now, whatever it is, Disney's.
Or just not do anything at all. Just please give us a break.
Yeah. Well, I mean, give us a break from the bad, but it's all bad, so I don't know.
Yeah. He's going to be an Echo. So yeah.
He is going to be an Echo and fight awkwardly and climb. Jump over a work table or whatever the hell that was.
Not to watch that. Now
I have like the least amount of interest ever. For that,
it's coming up Tuesday, man.
Yeah.
Oh, is that this Tuesday?
Appointment TV. Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Oh wow. I guess I'll try to watch
6 episodes.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, I'll try to watch it. I suppose. The problem is, it's like you watch and you see Echo. You're like, oh, she was okay, and then it's like, let's make her a show. It's like, but I didn't think she was that good. Like what is this?
I thought she was boring.
Like,
Begin
hey, Picasso. Channel member Picasso, what's going on? Yeah, like I don't understand. Like she's not that interesting. Same with Agatha Harkness. Like she was kind of fun, I suppose, but we don't need a show about her. Like what? I don't understand these.
Yeah,
people.
they don't know how to read the room. Plus, they don't understand internet trends. It's like people kept hashtagging it was Agatha all along. That doesn't mean they like the show. They just like the phrase. It's like when everyone was saying it's Morbin time, and Sony was like, oh, let's re-release Morbius. Everyone loves it. It's like, no, they don't. They're making fun of it, ass. Anyway.
Yeah, read the room. Keep Agatha out of your mouth. I'm the only one on this panel who bought that WandaVision on 4K and watched it twice. So
that movie so sucked.
I know.
Was it $80?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I paid $80 for
it's
it.
A lot,
but I did like it, so it wasn't like a J-Man buys everything.
No, but you didn't buy. What they released that you didn't buy?
I did not buy Loki.
Yeah,
because it's too expensive.
For that.
It's too expensive, and it's not Loki.
And it's not Loki. Yeah.
And you buy everything. It's true. Yeah.
No, I buy everything just to buy it. But the problem is that if it's way too much and I really actually don't like it, then no, I'm not going to spend the money.
Good deal.
A lot of these ones that I did buy for my collection purposes, I did wait till they got really cheap and then bought them. Yeah. Like I didn't pay $50 for Black Panther 2 or whatever. Like, so I still paid money, but not $50.
That was always going to go down in price anyway. So
yeah, that's like super. Yeah, you can get that.
Super the bargain bin at Walmart.
Yeah. Okay, so Daredevil suits up.
That Agatha show. They're really going to make that though. Seriously, please no.
Agatha, I think they did.
They've made it.
Is it made?
Yeah.
I thought they were kidding.
Why would you know it's true? I don't know what's happening in that thing. Like, is that cow in it?
Nothing's going to happen.
Anyway. What's the name of that character?
I like that actress. She's not the character from the comic.
I do like that actress.
The actress, fine. It's just it's useless to make a show. It's just going to be boring.
What's the name
Hold on a second. Let Cliff.
What's the name of the cow character in the? Is it a cow or a horse in the comics?
Cow.
Yeah, that took care of Wanda when she was a baby. Was it cow?
Oh yeah. That guy from the what was that guy's name from Wondagore?
Yes. That cow was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, the big Minotaur thingy or whatever.
Hold on, we got a new channel member. We got Cliff.
Hey, Cliff.
Comics.
We're gonna give the Elvira.
Bova the cow woman.
Yes, there you go. Thank you, Cliff.
What's up, Cliff? There you go. Classic.
Yeah, the cow. Yeah, there you go. Bova
the cow woman. Yes, Bova.
Yes. All right. So thank you, Cliff, for becoming a member. I really appreciate it a lot, man. That's so cool. I will add your name to the clubhouse.
I like how this one again. It's kind of strange because if you read, and I read before this. I didn't just read this. I caught up on because Deathstalker goes back a few issues. I caught up on about 6 or 7 issues before this because Mackenzie was doing it. We're going to have Mackenzie for a while, right? And so it's almost this Miller, and at this time, Miller is a nobody. Remember, an artist, and they were all excited about him because he was an interesting artist. But this book is still bi-monthly. It's not like they put him on a Spidey book or put him on a book, that's huge. That was a big seller, and he saved it. But people like this art. But remember, he's not writing this, and yet it feels so different from this and the past couple issues that Mackenzie did. And even some, I almost think Miller probably this was finishing up a story, but especially after this one and after the next one, Miller is already like affecting the book in terms of storytelling.
Like feel,
yeah. This is awesome. Like, I mean, some people say, "Oh, this is an awesome run." Well, they're saying it's awesome just because it actually is awesome. Like sometimes the hype is real. Like
I didn't buy this one when it came out though. I bought like an issue or two later after this. I forgot exactly.
What was the year on this? 70s?
79.
79? Okay, so 79.
And I was buying it. Oh, I think the first one I bought was because, again, I'd stopped buying Daredevil for a while. The one with the Hulk on it. It was a Miller issue, the Hulk issue. And I bought that, and I kept buying it for a while. I was liking the art. It wasn't quite the stuff, the same, but I was buying it. And then when he started writing it, I just never seen anything like it. No one had it. Blew us all away. But now when I go back and read these building up to it, it's still pretty. The art's impressive. The stories, I think maybe he had a lot to do with the plotting. I mean, Mackenzie's not.
Classic's
a pretty honest guy, so yes, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he was. He was collaborating on the plots, and it looks like, in fairness to Mackenzie contributed a lot of the stuff that Miller would use when he took over the book himself. Mackenzie's a nice guy. Yeah,
so just like it all kind of came together basically in this weird. That's how a lot of these things happen. I think sometimes it's just all the gears like connect and everything just kind of falls into place. Like this is badass already. I mean, I read these 3 issues like it was nothing. I'm collecting.
It went by quick, did they?
Very quick. Yeah. And I've been reading, so I'm doing a lot of reading. I'm back to Star Spangled Comics, reading my Robin. I love my Robin Boy Wonder. And I'm reading modern comics and I'm doing modern reviews, and I like some of the modern comics, but I feel like, I mean, I read Duke this week, which I thought was kind of not. It was like okay, I guess. Yeah, Sean. Right. Yeah, I agree with you. But then I read Duke and I read what were the other ones I read? I think something like a Batman or whatever, and it felt like they took a long time. It's like I'm reading them because I have a channel, and on my channel I review comic books. Right. And then this is also something like, well, I have to stream on these, so I have to read these. But these felt like it's like Legion. I'm happy to read them. like, it's like Fourth World. It's like, it was like, oh, I get to read Fourth World, and then now I'm like, oh, I get to read Daredevil. This is so good. And then you read them and you're like, wow. And then I want to read on. But the problem is that I got like a shit ton of notes. The thing, I will forget because I'm reading so much and I'm watching I'm watching massive amounts of TV and reading things. And I've got 2 novels on the go. I've got the Star Wars book still. I'm still doing House of the Dragon. So there's a lot on the go. So I'll forget, but it's actually enjoying reading this. The only things I'm not enjoying is reading these modern things that I have to review for my channel. And that's why I've actually cut down a little bit in favor of adding more stuff to stream about, because this is the stuff that's really fun to read.
Yes. It is so much fun, especially when you do treat it like this, like we do it every week on a regular basis with other people who either something you have read, but it's been a long time ago, or when it's something you never really got around to reading that you hear all that talk about the classic this or the classic that, so.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Picasso. Love the positive towards. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do we think it's a flaw?
Yes. No, it's good.
I actually the reason I'm so positive about everything is that I want to like everything. I don't want to read a comic book that I'm not going to like because I just spent time reading a comic. Our time on this planet is limited. My deal with Satan hasn't come through yet, so I might not live forever. I'm working on it, but it's limited. So if I read a comic that I hate, I'm negotiating. Yeah, if I hate something. And Clobby knows this for sure. If I don't like something, that is not a good sign because I'm super positive. I go into everything wanting to like it. I hate giving bad reviews on movies. I hate giving negative reviews to comic books. But if something pisses me off, it needs to stray so far away, like this Green Lantern series, which has strayed so far from the character. Like, regardless of what you think of what they did to change the character, they don't eat it. His entire personality is different. Like he's sad all the time. It's like it's like this guy was one of the strongest willed characters. His ring is powered by will. Like he should be the strongest willed of all of the characters, regardless of how you put him in his preferences, right? I don't want to get nailed here. You could do whatever you want with this character. It's like, but you've changed the core of him. So it's like that. I don't like that. Same with this Duke thing. It's like Sean said, it's Transformers. It's Duke fighting Starscream. I'm like, well, shouldn't this be Duke and Cobra Commander fighting? Like what happened?
It is Duke on a mission, but I thought it was going to be Duke on a G.I. Joe mission.
Right.
And then it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm even for Doctor Who, which I get the most flack for, I was like, okay, let's see what Jodie can bring to it. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, it's not as good, but let me see how it goes. And I'm okay. I'm watching Doctor Who. I'm like, see the first Jodie season. I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. And I kept watching it. Then they did the Timeless Child. I'm like, I'm out. You literally like guys, I was willing to forgive so much. I know a lot of people that dropped out when Jodie Whittaker became the Doctor. I did not drop out. My wife and I are like, hell yes. Jodie had the worst writers. You're right, Cliff. Worst writing. I was with her. I was like, let's see where it goes. I have her autograph signed to me. I'm like, okay, Jodie Whittaker, here we go. I'm like, why is this writing so garbage? And then Timeless Child, I'm like, okay, now you're messing with lore. And I'm done now. And I know, Clobber, you were already pissed off. You were already semi-done.
But I did watch it.
You still watched it though, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I hated it, and it was just something to make me leave Doctor Who, no matter how bad. But
yeah. And now we're in this. We're in this weird. I don't know. Anyways, I'll save that for my Doctor Who rants. Okay, let's continue on. They're fighting here. This is an awesome fight. Jumps over. Like already, it's like. See again, you don't even need any of this stuff. Like this is all done so well. Like he lunges forward here. You can see this great shot, backward shot.
It's almost like Mackenzie gets paid for the words.
Yeah, you don't need any words here. And then he goes in behind.
A lot of that's the editor did, I'm telling you.
Yeah, look at this. Like he flips, comes back up, jumps forward. It's like again, it's like fling. Like look at like the flaming hand just barely misses him. He flops thing, falls into the open grave. That's pretty badass. He throws this sickle at him. Boom. It's like jumps over, breaks that. Flips around. Like, look at this. This is so cool. This like flipping through everything and then like ricocheting. Like, how awesome is that? And then like, I mean, look at these pages. Like you're just going through, like we just did 3 pages in like a minute. Not even a minute. It's like 10 seconds.
Just wait you get to the Miller written ones.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So then it's like, well, yeah, if it starts getting really fast, maybe we could do more in a stream, but
it's a movie.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, this is crazy. So he throws the baton here. Ricochet. This is so badass. Ricochets off the tombstones, hits the light. Oh shit! I'm in the dark. And now Daredevil. It's like, yep, you're in the dark, buddy, and that's where I thrive. And boom, smacks him down. Great pose here. I love the angel thing here. Hits him, and I love that the double D
through the shadow.
Yeah, I love that. That is so classic.
Miller and Jansen.
Yeah.
Klaus Janson was a great anchor, man. He was just one of the best. He was the perfect. Just like Austin was the perfect one for Byrne, Jansen was the perfect one for Miller. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Club. Did you say that you own these original issues, or?
I didn't. I for a while I did have these original. Of course, this is a very expensive one right here, but I didn't start buying till a couple issues after that. I was buying it sparsely. I still love Daredevil, but I think it was one of those things that. When I would go to the comic rack, it was depending on what I had enough money for, and I had to make a choice. It didn't always was the top of the priority list because of the art and stuff like that. I didn't see that. I didn't get a chance to look at this one on the rack till after it came out. But I mean, till it was already. I think I saw the issue after this, and that might have been the first one I bought. The one after this, I still can't remember. But anyway, I had most of them, and then I went back and got them all while they were still, fairly, affordable.
I think the first Elektra is the only one that I would have to pay a bit more for, and the rest I've got. Klaus is pretty good. You want a Jodie redemption? Yeah, that I don't think that's going to happen, buddy. No. How do you feel things are now for me? Aged out. Well, listen, you gotta get stuff that you like. Like Sean posted a video going to the Vinegar Syndrome store, and it's just like it was so epic. And it got me all pumped up to just like the old days of looking at all the cool movies that had come out.
Yeah, we haven't gone to a video store like that in a while. Like not since the old days.
I enjoyed that video, by the way, Sean.
Pardon?
I enjoyed that video, by the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks.
There's not even one movie there that Clobby would like.
No, not one.
No. I don't think there'd be even one. Probably not even one. They're all schlock, gore.
Some I've seen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, the dog would stop the wars.
Kind of but I would still go in there.
Hey, hold on. They've got one for Clobby though. They've got Beastmaster, the special edition. It's like a super awesome case. I gotta show it to you. And Sean, you got it there. And here's one for Clobby, Cloak and Dagger. You like that movie?
With Dabney Coleman?
Yeah, with Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, I do.
That's there, and I've got this.
I like Beastmaster fine. I was like the biggest fan of it, but yeah, it's cool.
So Beastmaster, but it has a magnetic case.
They got Death Stalker. Cool. Oh, look at that!
And it's got like all sorts of stuff inside. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
And Cloak and Dagger's awesome too.
Yeah, they make these ridiculous, like opulent, like cases and stuff, and special features and all that for these schlocky movies.
Right, that's what's so cool about the thing.
Yeah,
I've been reading. I started reading Alan Scott from the beginning with All Star Comics. And I've read like the first 20 something appearances of Alan Scott. And he was the first statue I ever purchased. I love Alan. And I've got close your eyes, Clobby and Sean. I got an Alan Scott.
Oh Jesus!
Right here. I said close your eyes. It's your problem. I gave you.
Then you immediately whipped it out.
Well, how long do you need to close your eyes for Christ's sakes? It's like you don't need 5 minutes.
Let me see what this is gonna be. Like, oh.
Well, I told you, like.
I don't know if the lore's intact. The lore's intact in what sense? I mean, nowadays that's not Alan Scott. So.
No, not now. It's
they
not.
do.
Now it's
they
not,
attack.
Yeah.
I mean, it's intact in the sense that you can still get the real comics, but
yeah. They changed them around to. They changed
kind of
his actions.
What they're doing to him, though.
Yeah, it's not the sexual preference that's the change. Well, that is a change.
That is change.
That is a change, but that's not the change I'm referring to.
They made him loathsome.
Right. They made him loathsome.
Made him a shitbag.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a very good portrayal for Alan Scott. And I would be like somewhat, if I got offended at things, I don't get offended. It doesn't bother me.
I'll be the one to say I'm tired of representation doubling as victimization. Like enough, nice. Like I just want to see that. Like it's fine to have representation, but why do they always have to have the back of their hand to their head and complain about everything? That shouldn't be a character. Anyway,
like Alan Scott, when Alan Scott's lover died, he should have destroyed these people. Like he should have went like, okay, I'm gonna nail this crap. I'm gonna finish this up. And then the second issue, he's in Arkham Asylum. I'm like, why is he in Arkham Asylum? He should be like investigating and be like, okay, I got to take this guy down. And spoiler, turns out that guy is the Red Lantern. It's like, get in there, fight, and say, what are you doing? Like, Green Lantern's a man of action. And I don't know if they're trying to say that someone like that can't be a man of action. I don't know if they're actually trying to say that.
But that's the inadvertent message, right?
That is the inadvertent message. Remember the movie Killer Condom, which is like, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but there was a hard-boiled detective with a trench coat, and he was like a big, like bearded guy. He was like a tough-ass cop, and they made him gay, and he was like the toughest ass cop ever. It was so great because it was such a refreshing. We've never seen a character like that before. I remember in the theater, like, what the hell? This guy's kind of cool. And you're like, and they made him this badass. He's got the cigar and everything. And he was gay. And I'm like, so trauma, we have to turn to trauma for positive. We have to turn to trauma for positive, like a positive gay character. I don't understand what we're talking about. Like, this is so weird to me. It's my friend. My friend who over 20 something years, he doesn't like it. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right. Let's continue on here.
Oh, he doesn't like the Alan Scott Green Lantern?
No, of course he doesn't like it because that's not Alan Scott to him.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the character.
He's like, that's not Alan Scott.
This crop of creators can't understand is right for the character, like verisimilitude. You're not writing yourself, you're writing the character.
But I told you I spoke to Cena Grace. Cena Grace, who was part of the Iceman when they had him when they made Iceman gay.
Yeah.
And Cena Grace is gay. And I talked to him. He was my first interview, and I talked to him, and he said that they forced him to do Iceman. He wanted to do Wolverine.
Yeah.
And they told him, no, you can't write Wolverine. You have to write Iceman because we're going to do this whole thing where we're going to change the character.
Now. Yeah.
And Cena Grace said, I don't, he goes, well, I don't. So then he wrote Iceman, and that's fine. And I got those. Yeah. And the thing is that, then he said to me, he goes, then when he pitched his Wolverine story, they stole ideas from that and gave it to the other guy who then wrote the Wolverine. You remember the glowing claws and all that? So this is crazy. Like I think that was the thing that he said he had come up with. I can't remember. This is years ago. This is when the Iceman first came out.
They always ghettoize in that they it's like, you're black, write the black characters. You're gay, write the gay characters. And they're fans. They want to write Spider-Man. They want to write Wolverine. They want to write the characters.
So he actually got in trouble for talking to me. This is when this was before YouTube. This is when we were writing our blogs and stuff. And he's like, I wasn't supposed to talk to you. I said, okay, fine. I said, it doesn't matter because, nobody saw them.
No, but the questions were clean. I wrote
the questions were clean.
They're fine.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, if we dodge it or not, it doesn't matter. The fact is, I don't care if I'm not talking about the quality of the work. I'm talking about they told him he can't do it.
Yeah. And he wasn't going to do anything. He was going to write the character, but just he
wasn't going to do anything. Yeah, his ideas were fine. Anyways, okay. Yeah, anyways, let's continue on. Look at this page. This is awesome. Like, smashing. He smashes them.
Yes.
Hits them pretty good. And then through here, and then look at his face. Oh my god.
Dun.
Yeah.
So is this the face reveal? I've seen it before.
I guess so. Sorry, I didn't hit the thing in time.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can phase through stuff, but then he becomes solid partway through.
Yeah, so now he's like, there was a Twilight Zone episode. Was it? No, not Twilight Zone. Maybe it was Outer Limits, where the guy got stuck. No, it was Friday the 13th, the series.
The series, yeah, I have.
Yeah, where he got stuck.
That was a fun show.
Yeah, that was fun. And yes, I will say in Cena's defense that he was a very good person to interact with. I'm friends with him on Facebook, not like I'm actual friends, not because he friended me after we had that conversation. And he was a really cool guy. And I did read all the Icemans and I did get them. And I thought they were fine for what he had to do. Yeah. They were fine. He was forced to, it was either write Iceman or write nothing. So
yeah.
For being forced to write a character you weren't interested in doing, he did pretty damn good with the parameters he was given, just like any writer would try to do. And he's a really nice person. And he's been nice to me. So I will not say anything negative towards him. Okay.
There you go. Good.
So there you go. And back to home base here. He's like, well, I got to catch up on stuff. And she's like, oh, Matt, I know I'm only half the woman she is. It's like, this is kind of sad. Not like Karen, who is just so irritating all the time. Sorry, I gotta beat her up a bit. The problem is I started reading Daredevil from number 1.
Yeah, and they didn't write women very well.
No, they did not.
Yeah,
I will say that the female side characters are pretty trashy.
My favorite is, I can't remember what issue of the earlier Avengers is where when Janet Van Dyne's doing her makeup and all the Avengers are waiting for her before they go into action.
Oh, and she's like, I gotta do my hair or something.
Yeah, she's just like, hold on for a second, and she's doing her makeup.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
and I'm not one of these, and I'm definitely not one of these. Oh, we gotta, the force is female. I'm not one of these forces female people, but those old comics were pretty brutal. Like Karen Page is like, oh, if only he wasn't blind. Oh, it's like, shut up,
man.
And then the other one, and you know who else needs to shut up is Jane Foster. I started reading. I'm not talking about the new Jane Foster. I'm talking about the old Jane Foster.
Yeah.
Again, I started reading Journey into Mystery from number 1, or not number 1. You know what I'm saying, like the first Thors.
Yeah.
Well, I read a shit ton of them, and Jane Foster's the worst. Like, oh, if only Donald wasn't crippled, and he was a man. It's like, shut up, man. Like,
I will go into too deep into it, but a lot of that's Stan's fault because Jack did not write her that way. He used to erase dialogue, and this is a long study, so I won't go too far into it. Needless to say that a lot of people who've done some deep diving studying on the pages, when the stuff Kirby would write in the parameters or write in the margins and different things, had especially the female characters saying completely different things. When Stan, who didn't really create much, just erased dialogue and put his own in there, they say he put cringy stuff for either the women being talked to like crap sometimes or the women really sounding like idiots comes from Mr. Stan the Man. So you know.
I believe it because
I believe that too because it's very kooky. Like it's just like it's just so.
But Kirby didn't do that.
No,
Those two are the those two are the worst offenders. Jane Foster and
we saw Kirby handle women in Fourth World, and they're awesome. You know,
Big Barda's the
whole
best.
battalion of them, yeah.
Literally the Furies, like literally Big Barda and her team stole the entire show. It's like clearly Big Barda was the greatest, or like, well, Darkseid and Big Barda are like the two greatest characters here. Like,
Beautiful Dreamer, yeah.
Oh, Dreamer's great
Granny
too.
Goodness,
Granny Goodness is friggin' awesome.
Yeah,
she's so awesome. I know, I love her.
And Asner,
yeah. Oh my god, I love it. I love it.
I watched those. Those were fun, by the way.
Yeah.
I watched all those Justice League Fourth World. After we finished our Fourth World the other day.
Yeah, so Clobby wanted to do an animated, a Fourth World in animation. As a
I have
stream.
them all, so
I've got them all too. So I just need to know what the episodes like.
Well,
what
I think we do like a brief one where we talk about briefly the Super Friends one, and then we concentrate on the Timverse ones, and then you can finish it. The last one it can only be like one or two shows or whatever. Didn't do that. The last animated movie that was what is it? Batman, Superman.
Oh, yeah, I've got that.
Apocalypse.
Yeah. Apocalypse. Yeah.
Anyway,
I saw that. I saw that
go to Apocalypse in that.
Yeah. It was good, right? I think I saw that when it first came out. I thought it was pretty cool.
I was more familiar with the comic it was based on.
I have that comic.
I have
the trade.
I've read the comic.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
I watched the movie a couple times.
Yeah.
So anyway, here you go. We have
all right. 159.
Daredevil volume only. Number 159. By the way, this now I absolutely remember buying this. This is the first one I bought, not the issue before that. Because and that cover just stands out. I was like, whoa, look at this cover.
I know.
Again, at this time, when was there, that's a pretty thrilling cover. It's pretty amazing. Art on the cover, of course, by Frank Miller and Joe Rubinstein. Writer Roger McKenzie, penciler Frank Miller, inker Klaus Janson, color Glynis Ween, letterer Jim Novak, editors Mary Jo Duffy and Al Milgram. So interesting there. So yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got a little bit of I guess just like Bullseye greatest hits or something, or I don't know what you want to and so you got this guy here. It's like, okay, we want Daredevil killed. There you go.
I'm convinced Miller and McKenzie at this point were definitely, I don't know, certainly sitting in, help, I don't know if they were working the same together on this plot, because this was, Bullseye had been around a while. There's no question about it. And, Bullseye was an established, character for Marvel. I mean, for years. He'd been around for a few years at this point. I think it was like in 75, somewhere up in there. But so he'd been around a while. And obviously Daredevil was always handing him his ass. But I think Miller really changed him here. And I say Miller, it's obviously McKenzie and Miller, because he really, as you know, he'll later use them a lot. And I think he became more of a serious, because I mean, as far as physical villains, he became like almost his number one physical villain overnight. Starting with
I mean, Bullseye, like, he's leveled up like big time. Yeah. Like, I mean, what the hell happened here? Like, this is so crazy. I start to think, like, what the heck is this like? Is this like his first appearance or something? Because like this guy just came in and just ripped it, and I'm like, no, this isn't his first appearance. And I just double checked it to be sure.
He'd been around a few years at this point.
I did double check it, but like,
and I never really took him that serious or anything. But now,
he's like killer in this.
He's written very edgy.
He is edgy, no pun intended, or pun intended, or whatever.
No, but like this looks probably better than most TV that was out at the time. Like, it looks very cool and serious, and like lots of weight to it, right?
I wish Bullseye had his costume in the Daredevil season 3.
I know.
That's what I like that season a lot. But I have a lot of problems with it. First of all, I hated him being in the Daredevil costume. It pissed me off every time I saw it. It made me mad. And then the fact that he didn't have a costume. The guy playing him was good.
Yeah, he was good. All right, so We're seeing a case here with Matt. This is just really just to have something here. Here comes like an attack with these big beefed up guys. Got the big sword. I mean, again, it is more cinematic. It's like taking off here, and then Daredevil's suited up. The witching hour, midnight. He's on patrol, landing on stuff. Like again, it's like Batman style.
Yeah,
like going out on patrol. I feel like just like I just feel like there's already more going on. Like it's like there's someone takes a shot at him, or he comes up behind these guys like holy shit! It's like he's here and he just takes out guys. Like Daredevil, like he just became a badass. Like I don't know, like because if you look at all the old superhero comics, it was always there was the villain of the month. Daredevil fought a guy, and then that was it. And it just felt like, okay, who's he going to fight next issue? And that's like Spider-Man. And I understand the comparison, like, oh, it's just like Daredevil's just like a cheesy or a less awesome Spider-Man or whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, they pitted him against Batman in that crossover, that 90s crossover, and it was one of those stupid ones where the fans voted in, so of course they voted for Batman to win.
Right.
And it's a 2-second fight. It sucks, but
yeah. Well, Batman. I think Batman would win, but
it wouldn't be 2 seconds though.
But it wouldn't be 2 seconds though. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, Frank Miller is quoted even years after he left Daredevil. He's quoted as saying, "Daredevil is small potatoes compared to Batman."
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like, when he said that, I'm like, look, I love Batman, man, and I probably love him a little bit more, but I love Daredevil, so I don't think he's small potatoes toward anybody.
No.
I know he's not as important as Batman in the grand scheme of things, but I love him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Sharp. Yeah. Batman's my second favorite character, but Daredevil's in my top like 6 or something anyway. So it's
he's my close to my top 10. I think he's my top 10. I love him.
Yeah, he's definitely in my top 10 for sure. And he's really high up. So anyway, I mean, look at how this is just like so cool, like grabbing the like the details here of grabbing this and kicking these guys, and you got a guy running up here, and this guy's like, "Holy shit, what the hell's going on?" And then it just goes right into a fight. Again, you don't need any of this dialogue.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
Saturday night's all right for a fight.
It is.
It is just very cinematic here.
And then he falls in. It's like glub 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 glub. And then fighting here, and he's like choking him out, and then he kind of like cuts to the ground and like kicks him up. And leaves him in there. Comes back out. We got what was the guy's name? What was the Slaughter or something? Mr. Slaughter. Slaughter. Just looking at my notes. Hold on a second.
Slaughter's Marauders.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah. We're of a certain age. It's like everything's going to be Sergeant Slaughter to us. But
yeah, that is Sergeant Slaughter. So he whips the guy around, smashes him, and meanwhile he's up here fighting. Jumps down. Like you don't even have to read any of this. It's like
no. That's what it's again, and it really, really gets more and more like this one as it goes on. There's Turk. This is not near his first appearance either. He's been around forever, but Miller really is the one that brought him back, started using him. And in those Netflix shows, even the shitty ones, that guy was really cool. The guy that played Turk kept popping up. He was kind of funny. I like that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Daredevil Netflix shows was like the best thing that they've produced.
But Turk popped up in a bunch of them, though, even the other shows as well. The same character.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Turk. Yeah,
I don't
remember. Stupid criminal guy.
Well, I didn't watch.
Know him when you see him in the show.
Punisher too. He's also Punisher.
Parts, yeah.
I didn't watch Punisher. I watched the first couple episodes. I thought it was really boring. And then I didn't watch Punisher.
I got through both seasons, and I like the second season better.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I like the first 4 or 5 of the second season.
Hey, Keely Chow.
It's kind of a remake of Keely Chow. Remake of Assault on Precinct 13.
I love Assault on Precinct 13.
I kind of like the second season of Punisher. I didn't like the first season.
I'll have to watch it again.
Maybe I'll have to watch it then because I'll get through it. I didn't watch Iron Fist.
If you like Bernthal, because I'm not a Punisher fan. You know me. I don't like Punisher. I don't care about it.
I am a Punisher fan, yeah.
But I thought he was great on Daredevil.
Oh, for sure.
In that second season.
Yes.
And in the first season, it's not great, but he's cool. And then in the second season, especially some people thought it kind of tailed off. But the second season, the first 4 or 5 episodes are Assault on Precinct 13. And it was pretty badass, a lot of it. So I thought.
Okay.
I ran
Awesome.
across my old War Journal issues and
Got them all.
J-Man's right. It's one of the best like damn comics, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's like that should have been the show, but
right. Yeah, Punisher War Journal completed that series.
Yeah.
That's another one complete.
Because I want him running around Punisher.
He did a good job, yep.
And I'm not a Punisher fan either, but if I'm going to watch him, I want him to be a badass and I want him punishing people.
Yeah.
And he didn't do as much in that first season.
No.
Yeah, like Punisher and Daredevil season 2, I was like, oh my God. Season 2 is just like, great. I was going insane because we had Elektra, we had Daredevil in the full costume now. We had Punisher. I'm like, this is just like a fire TV
series. It's the Marvel Universe. Like,
I was like, that's me. I was like, yeah, this is
that scene when he and Elektra are fighting all those hand guys, and then just the last couple seconds, and Punisher starts picking some of them off.
Yeah,
see you around, Red. I'm like, that was badass.
Yeah, that was badass, man. Yeah.
And this scene is beginnings of Miller honing his craft as a cinematic comic book storyteller, cartoonist.
Yeah. Yeah, they should basically. Frank Miller is that Daredevil season, that Netflix.
He's the whole damn thing.
He's the whole thing. They should have just given him
about Miller. They put his name. Didn't they put his name in the acknowledgments or some kind of horse?
They better put his name in the beginning.
They
better put Frank Miller's Daredevil. I don't know what the hell else to tell you.
Yeah,
Daredevil is Daredevil. Is that a Bill Everett? That's a Bill Everett character.
Bill Everett.
Right? Yeah, baby. I forgot.
Bill Everett created him.
Namor.
Stanley watched him create him. Yeah.
Yep. Stanley watched Bill Everett create him.
That Daredevil anyway. The original Golden Age one's of course different, but
no, that's true. Yeah. The now they call him the Fantastic. No, what do they call that Golden Age one with the half? He's
Red Devil.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's cool. I like the Golden Age. But yeah, Bill Everett, man, friggin' Namor and Daredevil, two of my faves.
Yep.
Yep.
So okay, so we're getting back to I got a call. Mine what's your favorite comic sound? Mine is Oaf. Oh gosh, I don't know. Chud.
You love Choke and everything, so
yeah, Choke. No, Gasp is my favorite thing.
Gasp, yeah.
Gasp, yeah.
Especially when they think it. Like they think gasp.
Gasp, oh my God, Choke.
Yeah, it's like you're not even gasping in your mind. Like what you
There's a cover of an old EC reprint that buddy of mine, we just couldn't stop laughing. So it says, gasp, oh my God, Choke. And, we used to run around saying that thing. Like, gasp, oh my God, Choke.
Yeah, all the EC comics did that all the time. They gasped and choked all the damn time.
I love gasp and choke. Gasp.
There's one where they see a blind man. It's like, gasp, choke, he's blind. It's like, okay, relax. It's like he's a blind guy.
Relax. Like, I know the guy. It's like he's blind. Okay, he's blind. Like that's fine.
Relax yourself. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. Yeah. All right. So, this is awesome though. So. Punches Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. No.
Yeah.
Hey, does anyone know what it really stood for?
I know some of it.
Humanoid underground dweller.
No,
it's
containment, hazard, urban disposal.
I only know it from. I didn't see the movie. I just know. I heard the wrong one. I guess.
No. In the movie Chud, everyone assumes it's called. Everyone assumes that the Chud is because it's CHUD. They see that everywhere, and they assume that is attributed to the creatures that are living there. But actually, it's because it's attributed to what created them, and it was like a canister of
toxic waste
or something, whatever that mutated them. So they just thought it was a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, but it's a containment hazard, urban disposal. So they're disposing it in that area. That's what it is. Spoilers for that movie. There you go.
It's like the Secret of NIM. NIM stood for National Institute of
what was it?
Mental Health.
Mental Health. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Daredevil's ears have been messed up because of the sound, the blam.
Ouch. Gasp.
Ouch. Gasp. Hey, what's going on here? Who are you? Hey, who turned off the lights? Sorry, that's what's with you guys anyway? Answer me. Did you? Oh, what? Oh. It's like
what is that Trial of the Incredible Hulk thing, or it's like don't you see? It's like, no, I don't see.
Don't see.
No, he doesn't say. I don't think he says see. He says, no, I don't. And I'm like, why are you like making puns
and making puns about how he's blind,
about how you're blind, like
to amuse himself.
That was Daredevil's first appearance on TV, I guess.
Yeah,
in the black costume.
In the black costume, yeah, way before year one. Yeah,
the crappy black costume.
The crappy
black
costume.
Then Miller used it in Daredevil year 1.
Yeah, he used it in year 1, and then he made it cool. So now
I don't think he took inspiration from that. I think he just came up with that.
Right.
Yeah.
He obviously had to see that show. He probably saw.
I don't know.
He would have had to have. Yeah, everyone saw that. Oh my gosh. All right, so Daredevil's here to get Slaughter's Marauders. Blam, blam, blam. And he's just like dodging everything, smacks it. That's
he's
cool.
Already fighting like Daredevil doesn't usually fight. I mean, he's using his billy club. He's like, knocking bullets out of the air.
Yeah, badass.
Badass.
Yeah.
And then you got this guy here going to throw his
crack.
Try to crack. Oof, nails him.
Spat. I like spat. Is that spat? One. What was that other one when he hit the bullet? Spack.
Yeah, spack.
Yeah, spat. I like it.
Epilogue.
That's a cool sound effect too.
Yeah, that's a weird sound effect. Yeah, and then
why is that a newspaper headline? Widow returns. Natasha back in the Big Apple.
Yeah, why is that the Daily Bugle's front page?
Bugle hates superheroes.
Not much of a spy.
Well, she is with the Avengers, but still, I mean,
yeah.
Daily Bugle, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You hate superheroes, Jonah.
Yeah. And
smart for Natasha, right?
And I guess Bullseye doesn't like it either because he sliced it. It's like,
yep, he shripped it.
He shripped it in the hands of Bullseye.
And then they explain the Billy Club.
Yes.
Yeah, Billy, that was pretty cool. The Billy Club thingy.
Daredevil's Billy Club has been used in several issues. Here's how it works. First, he clicks this together, and then he pops it open for other stuff. When
it curls and curls back.
Yeah. When he needs it to curl, it immediately curls and then it goes back. Daredevil often uses it to beat up thugs like this person. And then
and this guy.
Pock, tack, kadak, thok. Sorry.
Broom.
Tack. Coke. Coke is used a bit.
Coke.
K-O-A-K.
Is it? Oh.
My favorite sound effect is vroom.
Vroom.
Yeah. I remember noticing those sound effects reading the 90s Star Trek DC comics. They use them a lot in that. And it's like one and all. It's like, it's Star Trek. Why are there mega sound effects? But yeah.
Star Trek is awesome. That's
I
was watching on Amazon Prime, they've got bloopers from old shows, so like Carol Burnett and like did you watch that one? They got Star Trek ones too with
Nimoy on there with her, right?
Yeah, Nimoy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Roddy McDowell in his 8 makeup in one of them.
Yeah, and they've got it's Don Rickles and Don Adams actually.
Oh wow.
Would you believe?
Yeah, so it's the two of them like doing bloopers and stuff too. It's pretty good.
Nice.
We watched it yesterday just to pass the time. My wife didn't recognize most of the shows.
Was he on Get Smart at one point?
Who?
I couldn't tell if it was.
I don't know.
I saw something a Nick at Night thing where he goes off stage, but he's still you could see him still hanging around back there, and it's like, and he's not supposed to. He's just waiting for his cue to come back. And it's like it's a blooper, but it was left in the show, and I don't know if it's Get Smart.
I love Get Smart.
Me too.
And the DVD I bought. remember Time Life collector. So I bought the Time Life one, and the DVDs come in a box, and you have to open up each. You know how he walks, and it's like each thing opens up as he walks through.
That's cool. Yeah,
you have to open up each thing to get the cases out.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah, Time Life was pretty elaborate with it, like that the Firehouse set for Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
you can't find that anywhere, and it's never been released in its entirety since. So if you have that, you have it. It's like $2,000 on eBay, but
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I've got the Nude Bomb, and I've got Get Smart Again. I think Get Smart Again is a masterpiece. Q is the villain, or his name is Major Waterhouse or whatever, and they grab him, and then the pants tear off. And he's like, "It was great, chaos strip slacks." And then he's like, "That's okay, 99. I know who it is." He goes, "It's Major Waterhouse." It's like, "Well, how do you know?" He's like, "Well, first of all, look at these pants. Tell me everything I need to know." First of all, he's a very tall man. He goes, "These pants are whatever length." He goes, "And he's over 6 feet tall." And he goes, "It's a military cut." And then he's like, "And then there's this tag made for Preston." The guy's name is on it. Nice. I don't know. I love those gags. I love the gags. And Stanley invented Get Smart. You're right. He did.
He certainly did, Pilgrim. Would you believe?
Would you believe? Oh yeah, no. He does. Yeah, he TCBs, which is take care of business. There's a lot of TCBing in this.
Yes.
Okay, so 40 cents. Wow, this is definitely worth 40 cents.
There's a bargain.
It's a bargain. Yeah. All right, Clobby, what's the credits on this one?
All righty. Yeah, let's see. Okie dokie smoky. We have Daredevil, volume only. Issue number 161, June of 1979. Cover by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. Writer Roger McKenzie. Penciler Frank Miller. Inker Klaus Janson. Colorist Glynis Ween. Letterer Joe Rosen. Editors Mary Jo Duffy and Alan Milligram.
I mean, this is crazy. not that it's good to, yeah. I mean, he's beating up a woman, which is bad, but this is pretty disturbing. Like having this like wrapped around her neck, and it's like, this whole thing's just, like everything's destroyed, and it's like, yeah.
See, he couldn't. I mean, before they wouldn't have had him be able to just take her like as easy as he takes her out.
Yeah, no
but
way.
He's a bad mother.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking about Bulls.
Miller, I guess McKenzie cases, and Miller, that he's almost Daredevil's equivalent of the Joker, except he's physically whereas the Joker's no physical match for Batman.
No,
he ought to cheat. He's a physical match for Daredevil, and he's about as crazy as the Joker at this point.
Yeah, he's a nut job.
He's a murderous. I mean, he's nuts, man.
So Black Widow comes in. I mean, okay, oh my God. Soon as you just start this comic, you just start, and it's like she arrives home, boom, guy's right there.
The last panel is like, oh, he's there. Yeah.
Right.
Like, she sees that like stuff's messed up and everything. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I just can't tell you how like it's what, what they should really do? They should just re-release all these comics monthly in order.
Yeah.
And then just do that. Like don't I'm dead serious. Forget about writing anything new. Just literally go from Daredevil again and just bring these back out in order again.
Yeah.
Everyone buys them. Those facsimiles, Sean, that you're talking about.
Yeah.
It used to be one a month. Clobby, you don't go every week, so you don't know.
No.
It used to be a couple of years. A couple of these facsimiles per year. Then it used to be one a month. It is now 1 to 4 a week.
Yeah.
I am not joking. Last week there was New Teen Titans #1, Wolverine #1 that come over here, the miniseries.
Right.
Previous to that was the first Riddler comic or something. And then there was
these random ones like that Marvel Superstars. I bought it because I was like, what's this? And I remember on the stream you go on where everyone's like,
Chris's channel, yeah.
One of them was like, what's the significance of them releasing this though? And it's like,
yes, you're on that
significance. They just did it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I bought it. Because it looked awesome. It's the coolest thing on the rack. Right?
And week before that was Micronauts and ROM.
I bought their Micronauts.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I have two number ones of
two number ones. So literally, and I like so literally, they're just releasing this, and people are just buying it anyway. They clean it up, and it's like they put it on the rack. That's it, and then they do a foil. And then here's the other trick they do: they foil it. They do a foil variant, which is like $8 or something, like what Classic Comics is saying. It's like then they do a virgin cover version, like. And then that's it. And people buy these. And every time I go every week on Chris's channel, and literally it's like, got the facsimile, right? And a lot of people are using those as giveaways. They're putting those together, doing giveaways on it. And it's like, blanks. Blanks.
A sad indictment on the blank comic.
And there's an artist there, Izzy, who's a pretty cool guy. He's an artist who comes on Chris's channel. He's got his own channel as well. Izzy versus the channel name. He's an artist, and what he does is that he'll buy these blank covers that have only the logo on it, and then he draws his own cover, and then he sells that as an artist.
Yeah.
I don't know. The comic book industry, the future is in the past.
Right. Sadly enough, but
right. And same with Disney. I can fix everybody. Blanks and foils. Cliff is on there. Cliff. Well, I don't know. He hasn't been on Chris's thing, but he knows all the guys I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what they do. Nobody but all this new crap. It's like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I guess it's good. You know, there's a few good comics. I'm not gonna say everything's bad because that's a lie. I like a lot. I like some of the stuff.
But most of what I like is not Marvel and DC.
Yeah, I like all 4 Spawn comics and Transformers.
Yeah, it's Image. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Superman and Action Comics. They're fun. There you go. There's like your favorites right there. Gotta do some drawing.
Yeah.
All right. So look at how amazing this is. This just started and it's right into. I was like literally tense. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Because, I don't want Natasha to get beat up by this piece of trash guy, but what are you going to do, man? Bullseye can't be stopped. He's like, it's like he's the Terminator here. It's like he's just kicking the crap out. And this is a massive battle. And this is actually
good, like master class of cartooning. It's like the paneling what this fight is, right?
Oh,
it's pretty cool. You don't see this anymore.
It's a storyboard. It's a movie storyboard. They could literally film this comic. Like, this is pretty disturbing.
It is, especially at that time, man.
And look, she's bleeding here
because the Comics Code didn't pay a lot of attention.
I mean, and then look at what he did here. I don't know if it's clear to the chat. He, when you have a wire and it's all tangly, and you go like this, and like he tightened it. Yeah. It's like you see he's got this, and he's like, and he tightened it to her like this, like he tightened it to her. Like holy crap, man, that's crazy. She gets a hit in here.
Yeah.
And she doesn't just go down, she does get a few hits in, but he's throwing crap at her.
He's like, the chandelier. It's like, so am I, and then he throws the chandelier on her.
Yeah, that was good, and he knocked her out that way. And then he shoves the blade through there and plunk flinks it there. Mm-hmm. It's like, there you go. And that was like how many pages is that? Let's just see. So cover 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Like the first 4 pages, literally, I was, how I rewrote that comic. I was thinking about redoing these comics as today.
Yeah. Ruin them.
And I was thinking about ruining them instead of improving comics. I was thinking about ruining them and just have like blocks of like instead of having all of this fighting, I would just have Bullseye.
They talk with each other for the whole issue.
Yeah, they just talk,
and then they have like a 2-panel fight,
and then I would have this, and then that's the end of the issue.
Yeah,
and it's like that is exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens in these comics. I promise you, Watchmen would have been 52 issues. If it came out today, it would have been 50 issues. I promise you. Like, I've read comics where they literally talk the entire time, and the artist must be like, why am I even on here? like I'm just drawing two figures standing. Like you could just photocopy them a bunch of times. Like just go on Photoshop and just copy paste them 100 times.
Right.
Like and Rob Liefeld just talked about that on. He goes, they're so worried about doing anything cinematic. They're so worried about, we have to make sure that we have this dialogue and we have room for these dialogue bubbles and stuff. It's like, it's a visual storytelling medium.
Yeah.
Like if I want to read a book, I'll read one. I just ordered Jack Reacher. It'll be here tomorrow. I can read it.
Yeah.
I don't need pictures, but when I want pictures, I want them to be good. You know, Todd McFarlane said this. This is a great little thing he said. So I'm paraphrasing. He said, if Michelangelo drew a comic that was written by like my grandmother, I could sell it because people are gonna be like, well, shit, the art's awesome. I'm gonna buy this. He goes, but if my grandmother drew the pictures and like Charles Dickens or something wrote it, it's not gonna come out as, it's not gonna be the same. Like some people might buy it because they're going, it's Charles Dickens, but
he's too matter of fact, man. He just did an interview with Comics Kayfabe, and everyone's freaking out about it because he's telling the truth and everyone hates it, right? So,
was that Todd McFarlane? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'll link you to it.
Send it to me. Yes, link it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're starting the actual issue in the hands of
Bullseye.
And everyone's here. It's this is a great way to do the credits there.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Credits were right there. There you
go. Oops.
It's raining. It's windy. Oh, Matt.
60.
Yeah. Oh, we did the credits. Did we do the credits? I thought we did the credits.
We did. We didn't do it like in a hyperbolic way or anything like Roger McKenzie's script, but it should have been me. Pencils, Klaus Janson inks, Joe Rosen lettering, Glenn Wilsween coloring, Mary Jo Duffy and Alan Milgram editors, Jim Shooter edit face and chief.
Well,
loving memory of Maxwell Glenn. That's her pappy. That's Heather's pappy who was killed by the Purple Man, I think.
Oh, bastard. My wife and I liked David Tennant so much that we're just like, we're rooting for the Purple Man to win.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And Jessica Jones, we're like, I kind of like Purple. I'm like, I don't like Jessica Jones. I'm like, I think I'm on Purple Man's side. I think I want him to win or whatever. And then my wife's like, yeah, I like him too. He wasn't purple skinned, but
no, but he should have been. He had purple clothes though. Classic does make a very good point. If this were a modern comic, Natasha would have kicked Bullseye's ass.
Yeah, well, there is that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so here she's saying, Daredevil keeps getting in the way and, that kind of stuff. And even though this is sort of like, okay, here's your little dialogue, it's still done at least better and it makes sense. Like she's saying, okay, like I've got these problems at any time. I need you, you're doing Daredevil. And that's all true. I mean, that is a superhero thing. Honestly, Matthew Murdock, you're the most stubborn man I've ever known. This is all whispering talk. And then Matt, he needs Foggy. It's like Matt, he needs us, Foggy. So and then I like this silhouette here of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Bobby's quoting Bullseye from a future issue of Daredevil. Good quote, Bobby. I love that.
Oh, you're good, but I'm magic. Oh, Bullseye. Yes, there you go.
You're good, Toots, but me, I'm magic. That's what he says.
Magic.
I look how that he sees Peter Parker and Mary Jane, I guess. Well, who else would that be?
Yeah, it has because like, oh look, they don't have a care in the world. Are you sure about that, DD?
Yeah.
Like that couple. Yeah.
But now we've got the montage of the oh thanks, Sean. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I caught up on Jack Reacher, so I can watch this tonight.
What?
Oh, Sean in the private chat sent us the Tom McFarlane interview.
Oh boy, she a dingleberry.
Yeah, it's not for Clobby's eyes.
No, he doesn't like McFarlane. Yeah, I know.
I don't, but I'll watch it. He's an idiot, but yeah, I'll watch it. He doesn't mean I don't agree with him on some things once in a while.
That's true. There you go.
Oh,
All right, so I like the montage
to
here.
make the right toys instead of screwing up somebody. Yeah.
Oh, I like the Batman one that I got though with the Batman is good.
He's done some weird things with toys lately. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. At least he's thinking of doing. At least he's thinking of some of the neat things with toys. So I'll give him that.
Yeah.
And some of them work pretty good. Okay, so I like this not montage, but this like gearing up. You know, like what Rambo gears up.
Even gonna have a montage.
Even Rocky had a montage. Montage.
If ever you want to go from just a beginner to a pro, you need a montage.
Yeah, with every shot, show a little improvement to let the show it won't take too long. That's called a montage.
One of the greatest.
No, Team America. I saw that in the theater. I just cried the entire. I've never. I don't even think I heard most of it. It's just the songs. As soon as they did the America F, yeah, I'm like, this is the damn funniest.
Watching mothers bring their young kids out when they started hearing the America F, yeah stuff, like at the beginning, was pretty funny as well.
That was insane. And I've seen some that to me, we were just like, I can't believe it. This is the best soundtrack ever.
Or Ben Affleck sucks just a little bit more than I Love You.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor sucked.
Pearl Harbor sucked. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Why does Michael Bay get to keep on making movies? Because Pearl Harbor sucked. And I miss you.
Yeah, but at the very end, he goes, but at the very end, he goes, it's just Pearl Harbor sucked just a little bit more than I love you. He throws that at the very end or whatever.
The thing is, I love that song. This verse, you can say, why does Hack Snyder get to keep on making movies? Or why does George R. Abrams get to keep on making movies? You get perfect.
Yeah, oh, J.J. Abrams.
I still quote like Freedom Cost a Buckle 5.
Yeah, no, that's the best song.
The cost of freedom, Buckle 5.
You gotta, no, because the song logically comes to that conclusion while it's going on, which is so funny. Yeah.
The line, what would you do? Someone told you to fight for freedom. Would you answer the call or run away like a little pussy?
Yeah.
I
love that song. I've listened to that soundtrack over and over.
The F and fee. You got to chip in your $1.05. Who will?
Yeah. $1.05. Freedom costs a $1.05. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He just says it at the end. He's like,
hey, I love you too, Picasso, but Todd McFarlane has a brain the size of a weasel's wedding tackle.
Oh my God. Well, we're a pro. I'm a pro Todd McFarlane. I'm pro Todd. So
yeah, we like Todd. I get it. He ruined like the era before him, with the squiggly lines and all that stuff.
Oh, false.
But no. I understand the thinking, but like we loved it when we were like 13 and 14.
I still do.
Yeah.
That's not because I hate Spawn. I know I do. I don't like some of the things he's done with some of his toy line recently. It's kind of and sometimes when I hear him talk, he sounds like a ditch brain, but yeah, whatever. I don't hate him or anything. I joke about him, but I don't really hate him.
I think he had a lot of help building his empire, like all of the different shell companies he made and all that stuff. That wasn't him. Anyhow.
And he's from Toronto, so we gotta show some.
Oh, is it Toronto? I know he's Canadian. I didn't know it was Toronto.
I think he's Canadian. I think he's from Toronto. I'm not 100%.
I thought it was Vancouver or something.
You got Shatner. That's enough.
Well, yeah.
Shatner's the best. We got Shatner. We own everybody, man. We got Shatner.
Actually, we still own Shatner because he lives here.
Well, he only lives there at gunpoint. That's what I heard.
When does he ever go back to Canada? How often?
Yeah. He's being held hostage in the States. Come back to Canada, Shatner. Come to the border. We'll pick you up.
You got Captain Kirk. You got Captain Reynolds. That's pretty good.
Yeah. We got a lot of good guys.
You got Captain Sheridan, another one. I mean, that's damn good, man. That was a Black Lightner. That's no chump change.
Oh, I didn't even know we had.
But I think Boxlider is a Canadian. Yeah.
Nice.
Boxlider, yeah.
Which just
Tron.
goes to show you how much I think we're all North Americans at heart. Americans, Canadians, we're all on the same page.
We Canadians have two hearts. We're all Time Lords here.
Well, that cold, you need it. So
we do need it. I know. Yes, but I get to wear a Tom Baker scarf for real. I actually have a Tom Baker scarf, both versions. A really long one, which I don't wear, but I've got a shorter version of it, like a half size Tom Baker, and so I wear that.
Is the long one like unwearable? Like I'd figure you can.
No, but it's so heavy if you wrap it.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, I had a 10-footer once. I missed my.
There you go. Oh, awesome. So Cliff is half Canadian.
Yep.
I know it doesn't actually kind of work like that, but it does.
How are you half Canadian? Like you were born on the border, right there on the. Half of you was born on one border on the one side, and I was born on the other.
We got a lot of weird, like, because I've got like my uncle is native, so it's like, but then like I'm Croatian. Yeah, we've got so I don't actually get native status, but my cousin does.
Yeah, because she's directly related. And you're.
Yeah, so like we're through marriage or whatever, but she's directly related. Yeah. Half Canadian, half Puerto Rican, 100% American. Yes, yeah, I like that attitude. My look, once you come here, like that's it. Like I'm Canadian, I was born here. That's it. My grandfather and my mom were born in Croatia, but they just say that they're like my grandfather used to say he was Canadian. He didn't he got his citizenship. He's like, that's it. I'm Canadian. That's it. I'm done. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Except for when soccer comes, then he's Croatian.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the World Cup happens, my entire family reverts to Croatian very quick, and they start speaking in Croatian. And I can speak in Croatian too. I'm like, guys, are we for real right now? Like, stop it. That was the first language I learned was Croatian. I knew Croatian before English, even though I was born here.
Really?
But my grandparents raised me because my mom was working all the time. So and my aunt and we all lived together in there's like 6 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. So my cousin and I are basically a brother and sister. He became sorry to hear about your dad, Cliff. But he refused to become a U.S. citizen. Oh my gosh.
Sweet healthcare.
Yeah, the U.S. has pure freedom of speech, so that's sort of your one up on us. We don't really have it exactly the way you guys have it. That's pretty much that's really the only major.
Well, we got you back though. You can come down here and say whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll come there and trash
it. Back to Canada. Yeah.
I don't have anybody to trash though. I don't care. Like
we'll find someone.
We'll find someone. Yeah. No,
actually, good point, CC. We're supposed to, in theory, CC, but
yeah, you're supposed, aren't you? You're supposed to. No, you do though, right? Or you do.
We don't have politics on the show. We're supposed to. But there are politicians who let's just say persecute their political enemies. So that's the problem. But
right, yeah, they have freedom of speech. We have freedom of speech too under the rights, the freedom of rights, but we have hate law speeches as well.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's state by state in the States. I don't know, but
it's federal. It's constitutional, and the right to but it's pretty much to say anything. Freedom of expression, freedom of speech. Yeah,
ours is not exactly like that.
It's supposed to be absolute because you should, but there are those who've affected it in certain ways by making. But no, there's no law against saying anything. They always say, "Well, wait a minute, you can't go into a movie theater and yell fire or something."
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean that's not just speech. That's actually, in a sense, action as well.
Yeah.
Right, because they're saying that you would know that would cause a panic, and then you're knowingly causing a panic.
Yeah,
you're inciting
right.
something. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want without fear of the government. Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
At least we're supposed to be able to. That's why we have the Second Amendment to protect the first one, but it doesn't always go that way. But anyway,
is the second one is the gun one, right? Well, I'm definitely not getting into that. We
do too, but there are cities that have their own bylaws that counteract that, and we've had issues with that. Like I'm not going to mention the cities, but
Right.
it's messed up. But yeah,
there's the 2.5 one that says you can also have the right for Daredevil to bear Billy Club.
Yeah, that is true.
And beat you upside your dome head with it if you don't like it.
Yeah, I like knives. I'm gonna get Jack Reacher's knife. I was able to track down Jack Reacher's knife that he uses in season 1, the one that he goes and purchases. So I tracked it down. I know what knife it is, so I'm gonna grab that knife.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm more of a knife and blade guy. I'm not. I don't have any firearms. I've never.
You
shot
have the Rambo knife.
No, you know what? I did not get the Rambo knife because I wanted the first 3 movies. He has a different knife in part 3. It doesn't have Rambo's knife is an aviation knife.
Yeah.
And the 3rd movie they changed it. The first 2 movies has the same knife, but the 2nd movie has a black outline around it. And I wanted the 2nd movie's knife. They didn't have it at my knife shop. They had the first blood knife, which I was like, oh, it's the first blood knife. Maybe I'll just grab it. I ended up not getting it. That shop closed down, unfortunately. But that was a cool knife. It had everything. Like you turn the handle, and it's got a sewing kit for like bullet or for wounds and stuff. So and it's made for aviators. If they ever get stuck, they can actually saw their way out of the plane or whatever. Like so, it's a pretty cool knife. I have a knife book. I've got like a whole. It's really cool. They had remember the Shadows. In the movie The Shadow, they had that knife that he had to control. Yeah. They had that at my shop too.
Oh, cool. Wow.
That was awesome. I desperately want to get I need to get the Conan swords. I've just been delaying because the amount it costs a lot. But
do you have a Billy Club?
I do not. I would love to have the Billy Club. That'd be awesome. So check this. Okay, so let's get back to Daredevil here. So he shows up to Natasha's place. And he's like, Natasha, he's got her. So I'm like, that's it. Now he goes through the bugle.
Visit Ben Urich.
Ben Urich.
I like that stupid Jonah sign behind him back there. It's hard work never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Parker, where's Parker?
So this is the bugle. So I'm surprised that JJJ would allow this to happen. That Daredevil like having a coffee there, you know.
But Urich has been friends with Daredevil, so
yeah. But
oh, if he saw it, he probably would whine about it.
Yeah.
Robbie wouldn't though. Robbie Robertson's cool.
But everyone there is like everyone there sees it. So
yeah.
So basically, they're having a
but Urich grew up with he grew up with Jonah, so he probably lets Jonah get some slack from Jonah because gets crime stories and stuff. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry.
So here's how Billy. Here's how Bullseye escaped. He just shot everybody, got out, boom, shot the thing.
Which makes me say, why in the hell is he not in maximum freaking security? Well, he's just like in a doctor's office. You don't think he's going to get out? But he's Bullseye.
I like to see. Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever watch Court Cam.
The vault or the raft. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you ever watch Court Cam, but this feels like a Court Cam. It's like Bullseye awaiting to see his doctor shoots the I feel like it's like the Court Cam TV show where the guy talking over it. That's because I'm I'm slightly addicted to that show. But anyway, so it's like they pull the file out on Daredevil. This is like, oh, gotta pull that file out on Daredevil. What is this? Anyway, so then Daredevil goes out on the hunt, puts on his like I'm just a drifter gear.
It's matches Malone outfit.
Matches Malone. It comes in with the two arm wrestling here. That's awesome. It's like, all right,
you smell strong. Anyway.
Yes. Oh my God. You're right. So he's like, got to hit the beat here. Talk to some informants. Here's some cash here, buddy. We need some information. He's like, oh, stop! You're talking too loud. And then all of a sudden, all these guys are here.
It's like, it's Turk again.
Put the drink down, Mither. What? Mither? Okay.
It's because his jaw's busted, so his S's are T's.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Mither. Yeah. And they just get smashed in the face here.
Yeah.
And ballroom blitz.
Look at that bottom panel.
Yeah.
That's
not
awesome.
Something you saw in comics at the time.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Miller was just Amazing.
So massive.
And that's using the no background effect,
right?
That was popular in anime.
Yeah,
and he loved a lot of anime.
All of these guys, yes, this is the
he
He
loved
knew,
manga
he knew
even
what
then.
it was. It wasn't popular in America yet.
Yeah.
He
Same with all the
manga.
Image guys. That's where you get that. That's where you get those like where they're like where they're like, oh, Rob Liefeld or Jim Lee, they put like a million teeth. It's like and it's like there's like more teeth than the human would have, or like you see those weird angles, and you've got the Rob Liefeld, pointy feet and all this. That's all like manga inspired, and like the way they do layouts, where it's like there's just like a guy. It's like you'll see like a guy's like this entire. I can't do it like this entire panel's like a guy, and you're like, what the hell's going on? Like that's all manga, man. Especially of that time too, like Fist of the North Star and that Pat Labor or however you say that one, and all these
Pat
Labor. I don't know how you say is it? Yeah. Anyways, so that's the inspiration. So anyways, it's just a massive fight. Daredevil's Billy Club comes into play here, whoosh, pulls it back up, jumps down. I like this black silhouette. And we cut to this where he's just like kicking the crap out of everybody. Oh man, someone used a chair. Bastard. Now's your chance, guys. We got it. We got him. Get him. Stick him. It's like, that's not going to happen. You've got no chance. Throw him through the window here. And it's like prologue.
Wouldn't it be epilogue?
It's like, no, because the last one was the didn't it start with an epilogue?
Oh, no.
Yeah, but no, I mean.
Yeah, it started with an epilogue.
I mean, prologue. Yeah.
So this was the epilogue. I think that was the epilogue, or is this entire thing the epilogue of the last comic?
I think they got it backwards. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. So that's the end of that issue. For the next, for the Life of the Widow, Daredevil stalks an island of death.
Oh, what they're saying is that entire story takes place before what you saw with Bullseye and Black Widow in the beginning.
Yeah,
they're trying to be all clever.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I was saying. The epilogue was that. That was the epilogue of this.
Yeah.
It's a fair cop.
Clever, devilishly clever.
Devilishly clever. So there you go. You have the issues. We got 3 more next week, right?
We got 3 more. So are we in? Let me check, because I think we're into the one that he didn't do.
We will. All right, you've got, this was, what issue was this again? This was
158, 159, 160.
Right. So next you have 161. 162 is it's a fill-in, not a reprint necessarily. Right. It's a fill-in the sense that it was a story that was stored. It was like a stock story. They even have a story number on there, and that they were used like fill-in stuff when they have and they even say it. They say it in the at the beginning of that next issue.
Mm-hmm.
That because of deadline stuff, they weren't able to. They weren't able to be there, but they'll be there next month for the regular story. So that's when they got a Steve Ditko filler issue that's scripted by Michael Fleischer. So zero to do with the storyline. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we'll just like skip over that. We can skim it. Like I'll scroll through. I'll scroll through it just to show people. So 161, 163, 164 for next Friday.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Really.
Now Monday I'm on Clobby's channel,
and I'll have that issue for you sussed out by tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries. And Tuesday, Scotty is coming on, so he's going to be first time on the channel. We're going to be talking about Dazzler, the first 4 issues of Dazzler. And I've been continuously reading Dazzler, so there you go. That's coming up. I did a new graphic for it. I didn't do the same graphic that we use for our things, so it's a little bit different. I didn't want to make it a little unique.
Who is it?
His name is Scott. He's a guy I met. He's a Dazzler fan who I met on Chris the Comic Vet's channel.
Cool.
And he's a super cool guy. He loves Dazzler, and so we know he's intelligent.
In honor of you, I will read those issues.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Well, they're pretty fun.
And not laugh.
and try not to laugh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
nothing against it. I'm just
they're pretty fun. And John Romita Jr.'s on there.
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you what the prevailing, zeitgeist of the time at comic book shops amongst kids, or when I say kids, like young adults and teenagers, and the current snobberies of the day. It's nothing.
Right.
People turn their nose up at Dazzler, the snobs.
Right. Yeah, come on. Well, what I liked about her was that she was cool to me. I've got the toys that came out. I liked her from the X-Men comic. I'm sorry, from the X-Men video game. And I love that video game. And Steve's got the kind of the mini version that they did. Like they do these
the arcade,
It's like an arcade machine, but it's like, I don't know. It's like
the multi-screen one, right?
There was 2 versions of that arcade game. There was a multi-screen one, which is where you can play all of the X-Men at the same time.
Yeah.
And then there was a 1-screener where you could do 4 of the characters at the same time. Yeah. So Steve has a replica of the 1-screen one that's 3/4 the size. So just think of a big arcade machine. It's just kind of like smaller. It's really cool. I would definitely buy it. I don't know where the hell it would go. I've ended that with everybody. Like, so I love Dazzler from there. And then I just I like the comics. I thought she was cool. I like the light powers and the energy and all that. That's kind of neat. And then Jubilee, I never liked Jubilee because I feel like she stole Daz's thunder.
Yeah. It's the same role that, it's not Daz, because like Kitty Pryde is that role in the Kitty Pryde cartoon. And then
I like that Pride of the X-Men.
Switched her out for Jubilee in the show. So yeah.
Yeah, so they got rid of. I'm a mega fan of Kitty, man. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And so they got rid of her and they got rid of Dazzler, and then Jubilee came in. I got nothing against Jubilee. I actually do like Jubilee, but it's like it's like she took over my because
should have been Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty.
Yeah, she kind of stuck in the comics. I found like
they
didn't use her properly in the comics.
What, Kitty?
No, Jubilee.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jubilee in the comic. Yeah, she was okay.
She's better in the cartoon.
I was listening to reading the newer X-Men. She has a kid now. Jubilee has a son.
Oh yeah, wow.
In the comics, and he can turn into a dragon.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Weird. Weird.
Sorry. Who's the
daddy?
Yeah,
I don't know who the daddy is. Does anyone in the chat know?
I get like Maury Povich in on this, man.
You are not the father. No, Sean. The best video that you sent me was not the "You're not the father" ones. Those are funny, but the "You're not the father" in brackets long distance runners,
running ones. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Because it's like, "You're not the father." And
the woman starts like running.
They're like running out of the studio into the parking lot. You're like, what happened here?
Yeah.
Oh, the kid is adopted. Okay, thanks, Cliff.
Oh, okay.
Shogo, I believe his name
Dragon
is.
Powers.
He has dragon powers. Yeah. Lockheed? No, it's not
Lockheed was the dragon that what's her face had. Kitty. Yeah.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, that's right. I like Kitty. She is awesome. At one point, I was going to get a tattoo of her phasing, kind of phasing through my skin, like have it phase through my skin.
Yeah.
But then I got Polaris instead because I don't know. I just like Polaris. She looks cool. But I love Kitty, man. She's awesome. I like Dazzler. I do like Jubilee. I don't want to say I don't like her, but I just was disappointed that we lost Kitty and Dazzler and replaced her with Jubilee, and that just soured me on that character. And I just haven't come back.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got nothing against her. She's okay, but
yeah.
All right. So Clubby, are you on things tonight?
Oh, I'll be on there. I guess at a little less than half an hour. I will be on with Nick and the gang. They're just gonna do, I think, an open talk thingy. What's it? Just an open geek talk tonight. Stuff, comic book geek talk on the comic shop show. So that's at 8:30 Central. So yeah, on that, and of course tomorrow night, Saturday night, Star Trek, and Sunday night, Mark D's channel. So
all right.
Yeah,
and you're still doing You guys are still doing Voyager, which I love.
We start back with our Voyager reviews tomorrow night, which is just thrilled. Let me give you an example of how thrilled we are. We start back with our reviews of Voyager tomorrow night. And We're very.
I'm not your friend anymore.
Can't wait.
I'm not your friend.
I'm trying to contain my enthusiasm. We really like that show.
I'm gonna troll that stream and be like, first of all, Janeway's my second favorite captain.
I don't understand. We really like it. I don't understand why you would be that way.
Oh,
it's really such a nice show.
Wow, this is so mean. So mean.
Series. It makes us very happy.
What
were we talking about again?
We're talking about how awesome Janeway is.
Janeway's terrific. I mean,
my God!
At times she almost destroyed the universe, but didn't.
What are you talking about?
Got her ship destroyed and screwed everything up. And
my God!
All those times she stops and tries to get her ship destroyed instead of trying to get home. That was fantastic.
Listen, she's taking care of business. She's in a tough spot. All these other captains had Starfleet to at the dial of a button, a push of a button, they can call the boys in. She's in a tough spot, man. I give her a lot of credit.
I agree. It's not her fault. She's a shitty captain and shouldn't be captain at all.
What? Oh my God! I have to put a stop to this.
I think it's terrible. You should, but we love her. We really do. She's really. What were we talking about again? I forgot, man. It's such a wonderful, forgettable. I mean, exciting show. Really looking forward to what show was. What was it again?
It was called Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, it's great. Isn't that a great show? Isn't that the one where they have those purple guys? That that's the one about the Cylons, right? No, the Muppets. It's about those Muppets. It's called Farscape. Mix up the no.
I've never watched that. I never watched.
Really?
I never watched Farscape.
No,
yeah.
I like Farscape. It's a good, cool show.
Yeah. We keep end up going back to we did Blake 7 again, and then we're doing Doctor Who. So I started to review for the Doctor Who fans. I started to review classic Who episodes because
nice.
And it's funny too, because I gave a negative opinion on that Doctor Who special, and I got 2,500 views and 150 comments, and everyone said I'm negative, I'm an asshole, all this crap. Then I posted 3 super positive Doctor Who reviews of John Pertwee classic era stuff. Guess it? Well, I still got 100 something views, but not 2,500 views.
Yeah, people want to be outraged. Yeah.
Exactly. So you know what? All you people, all 2,400 of you or whatever, F all you. It's Indeed. You pissed off at me. I've got more positive Doctor Who videos and I wasn't even that negative. If you look at all the negativity that those Doctor Who specials got, I'm the positive one. If I went on anyone else's channel, they'd be calling me they'd call me a shill. I'm basically shilling for Doctor Who because I was so less negative. I said a lot of positive things. Anyways, all right, Sean. Okay, if I went on any of those other channels, just think about this. If I went, I'd be the shill, right? They'd be like, "Oh, J-Man's just a shill for Doctor Who. He gave this a 5 out of 10 rating or something. Like you didn't give it 0 out of 10." It's like, I'd be the shill on that show.
Mm-hmm. Time's just gonna tell. It sucks, and people are gonna know it sucks.
Poor storytelling.
Oh yeah.
We can get over poor storytelling, but what's happened is they've messed up the lore now because now there's 2 doctors.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, so what is Ncuti going to morph into a regen into another doctor, and then can David Tennant become another doctor? Like it's just a mess. So, all right, good night, guys. All right, so Sean, what's going on your channel before we log off?
I just posted a video about Vinegar Syndrome, the Toronto store that we have, which is linked to the Vinegar Syndrome online shop with all the rare, hard to find Blu-rays and genre movies and stuff like that. So I had a whole trek and adventure going there, and I showed off what I got there, so that's cool. Nice. And I'll have more posts of comic. I'm going to review the Planet of the Apes comic that came out last week, which I thought was cool, and other comics and stuff. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Thanks to Cliff for becoming a new member. Appreciate that. Going to add you to the clubhouse. And that is it. We will be back on I'll be back on Monday on Clobby's channel, Tuesday on my channel for Dazzler, and then a week from today for the next Fearless Friday with Frank. Fearless Friday, Frank Miller. I don't know the whole thing. All right, everybody. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.